Let's talk about impatience and overnight success. What is it? Rice cake?
Uh-oh, is it stale?
Has it been in there all year?
No, it's since yesterday.
Is it stale? Or is it good? What is it?
You
Happy
wanna try a fresh one?
Saturday, December 1st. With December 1st comes an advent calendar. Look at that, snowflake Cheetos. That's a really neat idea. We
Ew.
talk about Rachel Hollis on this vlog a lot lately because Lynette's been pretty obsessed with Rachel. And we talk about Rachel. You're gonna hear that on this vlog still a lot probably.
Give me
No more
more
Cheetos, you Cheeto monster. So Rachel,
Show me on the vlog. Give me Cheetos.
I'm not putting you on the vlog if you're just gonna ask for Cheetos.
Give me Cheetos.
Breakfast time. It's definitely
We're not eating Cheetos at like 8:40 in the morning. Well, so Rachel, she's been on like the New York Times bestseller list for a while with Girl, Wash Your Face.
It's actually called Girl Poop on Your Butt.
No, it's not called that. I've been surprised because I've never heard of Rachel Hollis before. So it seems like her book came out of nowhere. It seems like an overnight success. But as Lynette rightfully points out, this is her 6th book. She's been at this a while.
fiction books about
Oh.
like event planning, party planning, like
Fiction books on
she
party
started
planning?
out as an event planner.
Oh.
And so it's fiction, but it's like based on her life.
Oh.
It's about event planning in like LA and
Oh,
like,
interesting.
the drama and whatever.
And Girl, Wash Your Face is nonfiction, right?
Right. And then I think her 5th book was a cookbook because once she went from event planning, she went to
Wash your
blogging
butt.
about recipes and like
Interesting.
yeah, that's kind of how she got her start.
Hmm.
And then the 6th book is the one that took off.
Got it. So congratulations to Rachel, and it's a good reminder how much work sometimes an overnight success feels like.
Give me Cheetos. Give me Cheetos.
You can't just get on the vlog to ask for Cheetos. I'm gonna go ahead and wear some protective goggles. I'm gonna go use a Dremel and I'm gonna cut these off, sand it down a little bit. The project this morning is to try to finish this cabinet once and for all. I needed to let the glue cure overnight. I don't wanna get any like wooden shards shooting towards my eyes. How does this work? And I haven't used a Dremel in a while. This turned out really good. It turned into like a nice solid peg here to screw into. I like what would have happened. Now I just need to sand that even further down because it's still like a ½ an inch thick. Hey, this isn't bad. All right, and I'm making quite the mess. Here's all my toothpick shards that need to get cleaned up. Table has seen better days. This is good progress. I think hopefully this works out. Hopefully I can get this cabinet up today. That might work. Get the sawdust out of my camera. I think some of the success I've had in my life has been attributed to almost being a little bit of being impatient. You know, I came from a world of making products that took forever, and like consulting companies. And so, you know, when I started working on startups, you know, there's like that advice of like launch early, launch often. I've been good at that. I'm really good at focusing and getting a product out the door as soon as possible. That's why right now I'm working on Somersault, and it pains me because the review process has been so difficult to work with, and it just causes these long delays. You could say I'm kind of an impatient developer because I want to get this stuff out the door, I want to get in people's hands, I want that feedback, I want the results. But that habit, though it may have a place somewhere in terms of maybe getting a product out the door, it isn't really great for things like determining my success. There's some interesting developments in my life right now that I'm not ready to kind of like spill the beans on quite yet. It hasn't developed fully, but what's interesting is there's some elements that are going on right now that I had kind of set in motion months ago that I could have easily given up on, because when I did it months ago, it wasn't working, it wasn't clicking. It seemed like it was like, eh. Now I'm starting to see like little like light. I'm a big kind of believer in putting some stuff on paper and really just kind of dreaming about it, right? Like putting it down there and just being very positive and optimistic about it. Like a Michael Jordan or Tiger Woods, like I believe in kind of envisioning what success looks like, and almost pretending that, you know, I've already accomplished it. Trying to really embrace those emotions and those feelings. I remember specifically a goal that I had back in 2006. I remember very specifically sitting at a dining room table working on Inkling when we were just, you know, still in Mountain View, and we were not successful at all, and really kind of impatient and wanting something out of this. I remember putting some stuff on paper, and that stuff didn't come true until like 2014. It took 8 years before I got to see these crazy goals, these lofty goals happen. I know there's a lot of impatient people out there who want things to happen and to click right away, and constant proof at how long this stuff takes. That's not to say to stop launching early and stop launching often, but you know, like, I think we should expect like the process of success in our lives is going to be a long series of constant iteration and constant failure. One more thing I'll say about this is a lot of people kind of talk about that 10,000 hour rule, and there's an interesting article kind of debunking the 10,000 hour rule on the brain picking site. But what's funny about the debunking of the 10,000 hour rule isn't so much that it's wrong, but that it's half wrong, right? 10,000 hours is kind of about patience, but the thing that you have to do within those 10,000 hours is like constant iteration and failure and really rigorous practice. And so it's not 10,000 hours of just being patient, but it's 10,000 hours of like quick, fast iterations. And like those two things together is going to get you to where you want to go. We are in a stuck situation again. So the old kind of, damn it, the old brackets, I'll call this a bracket, but this is what hooks up to the hinge, and it's got these gaping wide holes that this thick fat screw would fit into, causing like these fat holes inside the cabinet. Well, the new brackets don't have the fat holes. They expect maybe a skinnier screw. I have to fill up these holes again with the wood situation, which takes a whole day.